All right. Hey, thanks for watching. Once again, I am the 5-1 Hero. I am the executive producer and the owner of Fresh Cut Wax. Check us out at freshcutwax.com, Renegades Worldwide, and the 5-1 Hero YouTube channels. And today we are, and thanks for liking and subscribing. And just so you know, I'm like a super green executive producer guy that just kind of like started a record company and started making rap tunes and some other tunes and stuff. So we're kind of starting from the beginning on this episode, and we're going to talk about this track Renegades. So I had mentioned this previously, but I had purchased, I should say, a few beats from Max Beatbox for a mortgage business I own. And I decided to use one of the songs called Theme Song. I had a couple rappers rap on it. The first one was Maya Miko.
I don't need a lot, man. Just something I can rap on. Pushing for the pushing, homie, something I can grab on. Hip hop lost its way a bit.
And then the second one was Honeybee Sweet.
Money in my mind, yeah, stay away from mine. I got a feeling that they mad, got a feeling that I'm fun. Moving too fast, yeah, I'm too high.
And you can check out the intro to that on episode 1 of how that all went down. But then I had worked with Clever Thoughts also at that point in time before I started this track.
Yeah, street sweeper, this a heat seeker. Verbal meteorite, call this road to redemption. And make you believe in light. Kick down barriers, milk cowards like premium ice.
That now appear on the Global Remixes album. So that's what I had under my belt. I didn't have any like real tracks. I just had kind of some beats and some raps and some stuff, right? So for this one, I had made and used a few loops, but I basically put together a track that had like kind of a reggae hip hop feel, which is if you've listened to the albums and my music in general, you know that's kind of a big influence for me. So I like to have that. I loved Shinehead back in the day. Remember Shinehead? Like that was like the first, right? It felt like. Um and even like Poor Righteous Teachers kind of had that flavor. Even like much different vibe, but Pato Bonton and Rankin Roger back in the day, like all that stuff. Anyway, loved how reggae and rap kind of fused together. I think it sounds dope when rappers are just spitting over like beats with the raga keys. So I was gonna do that. So I put together that track, and I think Renegades, it really does define, like, if that is the first track, and you look at what we've done since then, it really does define like a big piece of what the Renegades Worldwide project is. So I had this idea to have this. I got this reggae beat, right, and so now I want to have these three rappers and a dance hall guy. And so I had worked with Maya Miko obviously before. I was going to use him again, and so that was kind of a done deal. And he really did a great job on it, and he's so fast, like delivery and everything. So he did his part. The first rapper who actually I hired and recorded on this was Insidious Flow. And he's out of Seattle, Washington, a spitter who's been on tour with Tech Nine. The dude's incredible. And he was actually going to be one of the first Renegades worlds. He was part of the crew. But when this track, by the way, I had the name Renegades and I had this theme. And I just was like telling these guys, mention it's like a Buffalo Soldier type theme. You're a renegade. And I gave him a few definitions of things. And I said, just rap about that. And before that, actually, with Clever Thoughts and Honeybee and Maya, I was just like theme song. I'm just like spit your bars about it's your theme song. It's a theme song. What's your theme song? So this is your 16 bars to show us who you are, right, over this beat. That was kind of like what I had done so far. And I didn't even know where that was going to go with that yet, I don't think. So then I have Insidious Flow, Maya Miko, and I decide to hire King Osiris Jr. to complete this little track because I liked his deep voice and his style's dope, and he's a really cool guy to work with too. 3 verses, right, for the track. I hired Zenith then to do the dance hall hook, and then he did a little bridge, I guess you could call it, at the end of this track, and it was really like the first thing. And then I thought that's when I had this idea. And if you watch the video, that's when I actually had this idea that really came to fruition, that I could have like this global hip hop crew, and how cool it would be to have all these different MCs from these different countries. We work together and we put together an album. There hasn't been anything like it. So it was then that, like, with this track came then Renegades Worldwide. So this was the first thing, and it's called Renegades. Even when you look at it, it doesn't say Renegades on the album anywhere. It's just, or Renegades Worldwide, I should say. Clearly says Renegades. It's just so, and I wanted the cover to look like, uh, like this punk rock kind of 7-inch single. Like I wanted to have like a more of a hardcore look. I want to have like a bunch of druggy type stuff on there, and like there's a bong wearing a mask you can see, and there's mushrooms and UFOs and stuff like that, and the Volkswagen bus. And I said I wanted a Rastafarian dude with a more punk rock, with a bone in his nose. And so the artist that did this for me put it all together and made this cover, which I love. It's super cool. Um, and it really kind of defines the track, I like to think, because it is just kind of its own track. It's odd, it's unique, it's weird. Um, and it's like, what am I listening to right now? And that's really where I wanted to go with it. So that's the story of Renegades. Oh, and I will tell you this too. So then I'm working on it, and I swear to you, I was able to make like Sleep In and Yin and Yang and all of the off the original Bed of Roses EP. I was able to make all those tracks before I even came close to finishing this one. This thing took for like, because I was doing it all myself. And I was just kind of learning a lot of this as I go. Again, I've made beats and I've worked with music and music programs and different things like that. I've played drums, play a little guitar, but I uh, really struggled getting this thing done. Um, like most tracks would take, maybe a week. This thing took like 6 months to make. It was ridiculous. So when it was finally all put together, I had DJ Killer Tom actually kind of like remaster it for me and kind of dial everything in, who did the mastering on most of the tracks of the Bed of Roses. And so then you have the very first Renegades track. You can call it Renegades Worldwide, but technically this is Renegades. It is under Renegades Worldwide. But yeah, this is the first track before any of the rest happened, excuse me. And then after that, everything kind of fell into line to set up the Bed of Roses EP we released in 2021. So again, like, subscribe. I really appreciate you guys. Comment and let's have a chat. I'll do more different stuff coming up, but I want to talk about just kind of like how I got off the ground and how, like, like where we came from, so where we're going, because we're doing amazing things right now. But I can tell you, when I had this little catalog of music that I just talked about, and this track that was like my one track, it's a pretty crazy how fast and how much we've done. So I really hope you enjoy our stuff, and please comment again. Let me know what's going on. Share your music and all that good stuff. And I wish you the best, people. Peace out.
Below OG, kill him, got the license. Buffalo soldier, money where my mind is. Running out of time, it's now or never. Yeah, they try the hardest to divide us, but we stay connected though. Ancestors guide us. The fire that's inside us is burning, yeah, it's burning. Turning every loss into a lesson, yeah, I'm learning. Living in a hater head, rent free, no permit. Preaching to the choir, it's the same old sermon. Reaching to the fire, total tall with the serpent. Chicks used to this, now they thirsty, slurping. Grown man flex, they my babies, burp 'em. Came from the motherland, warrior, murk 'em. Baby girl blessed with a thickness till I work it. Gift her with a Birkin, kill it, that's the verdict. Still I'm in a circle that's tighter than a virgin. Protecting my energy, forever be allergic to the drama. Spiritual warfare equipped with the armor. Roll it up, smoke it up, everything blessed with my karma. Kicking in the door, here to own it. Yeah, I hit the door like Homer. Beat it up, put her in a coma.
Yo, I'm a renegade, Buffalo soldier, Jamaican made. Black power, black king, I innovate. I'm my own master, preaching these words. A born pastor, command respect. Aretha Franklin, a soul snatcher. Influence, El Chapo effect. Listen and lower these rappers. Mr. Mark, skin deep like melanoma. Habit, craftsman, precision, the package that match the quota. Zookeeper, spirit is fearless, can yank a cobra. In the realest case, real estate renters do center stage, loitering my space. Is it best for you? What you need, better proof? Far ahead, seventh move. Every punch thrown got heart behind it on some Kevin Smooth. Salivary natural as grass in my capillary. Captain scary demons in my past that I had to bury. Alive and vibing heavy, felt it was time to sell me. These lines are cut above your head like a rider heli. King Osiris in the house, coming live. Just chill, sit back, let loose, feel the vibe.
Yo, I never complain, hop in the pain like I could drive around and show you the game. What's in the name? How do I keep on discussing the pain? When people show up for that music that gets stuck in the brain, let me refrain from talking about the suckers and lames. Satan is all they do, so I just keep on stuck in the shade. But it won't tame, I'm talking about the ones getting in the way. Making a system for myself, I've never been in the fakes. And I just roll the Mary Jane, taking the puff and be great. Maybe I'ma hit the fridge and fit some stuff on my plate. What's the debate? If you feeling the vibes of a saint, mixing the edginess and you will see just what I display. Take my love to the grave, cause I don't wanna be late. I'm hopping over while the people waiting at the front gate. You swimming in a little pond, I'm touching rivers and lakes, a renegade.